doing again, Cody? So now I'm going to talk about 7.5 practice A. So first of all, you skipped 1 through 7, which I'm actually okay with, but I'm just going to kind of go through it very quickly just to make sure you understand what they were asking you to do. So they said if a line parallel to one side of a triangle intersects the other two sides, then it divides the two sides proportionally. So if a line is parallel to one side of a triangle, so you're going to have to say, all right, they're talking about parallel lines, so it's going to be one of these two. And then it says, it intersects the other two sides, then it divides the two sides proportionally. So this one here would divide it proportionally. And this one here tells you nothing about it. So they just want you to match it up. And here it says, if RT is over TQ. So here they're giving it to you in the words, and here they're giving it to you in pictures. So they just want you to match it up. It's not really that important. I'm okay with the fact that if you skip that. But here I want to make sure you understand what they're asking you here. They're saying PQ over QS equals PR over what? So they're referring to this picture over here. So they're saying PQ, so this is the top piece, over the bottom piece, equals the top piece, and then you would have to say over the bottom piece. So this should have been RT. Here, they're kind of doing the same thing, but now this one's blank. So I'm going to start on this side. They say SQ, so you're starting on the bottom, going to SP, so you're going to the whole thing. So it's like this little piece is to the big piece as the little piece. So here they did the little piece SQ, so here you're going to have to do RT. So this question mark should be RT is to the whole thing TP. So they're just kind of asking you to write in the letters that are correct. But I agree that the bottom part is actually the more important part. So I'm glad that's the part you did. So let's go over this quickly. Number 8 and number 10, beautiful job. You did them correctly. Number 9, you just kind of made the same mistake that you had made on the previous one, where you said 8 over 4. So you did bottom is to top, but then you switched it and you said X over 10. So again, here, you should have said, if you said 8 over 4, you should have said 10 over X. So just make sure you don't flip those ratios. And then here on number 11, 12, and 13, again, you told me they were parallel, but you didn't tell me why. And then here you said they were equal, which is really not what they're asking you at all. So this is just like I had showed you on the previous one, where they just kind of want you to set up your ratios. 20 over 10 is 10 over 5. So if you wrote that down, 20 over 10 is the same thing as 10 over 5. You can reduce each one of those. Well, 20 over 10 is 2. 10 over 5 is also 2. So that's why you know that those are parallel. If you take a look at the next one here, again, it would say 2 over 6. So I'm going to write 2 over 6 equals 4 over 8. Well, if I reduce this fraction, I'll get 1/3 equals 1/2. Well, no, that is not true. So that's telling you that these sides are not parallel. So that's what they wanted you to do on those. And then on 14, 15, and 16, you put question marks. You didn't know what to do. These are exactly like the ones you had done here on this worksheet. Remember this worksheet 5, 6, and 7? These are exactly really the same thing. So you've got a big piece, which is 10, and a little piece, which is X. And you know that these pieces have a relationship because the sides are going to be congruent. Or this is a bisector. It breaks these sides into equal pieces. So if the big piece is 10, you know this little piece has to be half of 10. So in this case, X would be 5. In this one here, the big piece you don't know, but the little piece is 7. So remember, this piece has to be bigger than this piece. You can see it just by looking. So you know you're either going to divide it by 2 or multiply it by 2. Well, if this is 7 and it's the little piece, this piece has to be bigger, so you're going to multiply it by 2. So in this case, X is going to be 14. And this one here, they didn't show you in tick marks that the sides are the same, but they showed you with numbers. So you know that there is a relationship between these two. Remember, there's only a relationship between these two bottoms of the triangles, if you will, if the sides are broken into equal pieces. So you've got the little side and you've got the big side. So this one has to be half of the big one. So in this case, you know, X has to be 3. So you're already on 7.5. So there is a quiz after 7.3. So I will send that to you today. And if you could try and complete that quiz before Thursday, that would be ideal. If you have questions on the quiz, please email me and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. And I would also like you to take a little bit of a look on the pacing guide that I put on Google Classroom. I want to make sure that you are kind of on pace to finish the course by the end of the year. Right now, you're just a little bit behind. So I'd like to make sure that you kind of keep a look at that and you try and stay on pace so that we don't end up at the end of 4th term with not finishing the course. So we'll kind of check back with that as term 4 goes on. All right, so if you have questions, let me know, and I will send that quiz out to you. Thanks, Cody. Bye.